Okay, so coming into a nice sitting position with your eyes closed and just settling down, taking your time to settle. And we're just going to do a quick body scan as we normally do. So feeling your legs. So if you're in a chair, that's fine too. So feeling your legs, your feet, your toes, your ankle, shins and your calves, your knees, your thighs. Feel the contact between the floor and any part of your legs and your feet. And then feel your buttocks and hips. And feel your abdomen, your chest. Opening the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades a little bit. Decompressing the shoulders. And leaving your hand in any gesture that you like, so you can have your thumb and your forefinger to touch. And the palms can be facing up or facing down. And just settling in. And feeling your upper body, your neck, hands and arms, and your head. Imagining there is a bit of a line at the crown of your head, pulling you up nicely, elongating the spine. And the chin just humbles in ever so slightly, so the back of the neck is nice and straight. So just taking a moment, visualizing your breath. And without trying to change the breath at the moment, just notice the breath going through the nostrils, for both nostrils, and going up. And the breath going down, breath going in and out as you are. And we will start with, as we normally do, with a sound of 3 ohms, followed by the initial prayer. So join me if you know them. And we'll take a unifying breath to unify our energy, even though we are far apart, but we're connected through this practice. So inhaling all together and exhaling as you are. And inhale. Sahana bhavatu sahano bhunaktu saviryam karavavahe tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Slowly opening your eyes. And so welcome to today's class. It's nice to see you all here today. So today we're going to be talking about going with the flow a little bit. So it is a concept that's very key to yoga, and it's these 3 words that says adapt, adjust and accommodate. And I think this is a perfect time to talk about this. So we are all adapting, adjusting and accommodating big time at the moment. So it is nice to kind of reflect a little bit on this, and we will use our practice today to kind of accept the fact that, you know, we might be doing things differently, but it's okay. So going to the modern day guru, I just Googled a little bit about these three words: adapt, adjust, and accommodate. And so there were like sites and sites with full of quotes coming up about these three words. So I will just read you a couple of them, which I think read quite true. So one says that when we allow ourselves to adapt to different situations, life becomes a lot easier. And the second one, which I quite like, says forgive, adapt, and evolve, because holding on stagnates your opportunity of being better. So, so it is this idea. And in yoga as well, sometimes we talk about saying that this is the highest spiritual practice that one can do, is adapting, adjusting, and accommodating. So now that doesn't mean that you have to adjust to everything. You have to adapt to everything. So obviously, if you are on a bus and somebody is stepping on your foot, so it doesn't mean that you have to adjust to this situation, right? So obviously, if it hurts your foot, you just kindly ask them to go away. And if they don't, you use a little bit more force, and then they will go without hurting them. So it's just trying to sort of, not take these too dogmatically, but to kind of judge when it's okay to adjust and when it's okay to put up a bit of resistance and how much resistance we put. So we're going to do that a little bit through posture work today. So I'll shut up now and we will start. So we will start with, we will start standing today, which we don't always do. So coming up. So some of you have already done this practice with me not very long ago, actually today. So we will do that. So it's called the Vedic breath. And so we will just try and do it with the right breathing and the wrong breathing. So just to cultivate this idea that when we go with the flow, sometimes life is a lot easier. So we will try, so we will do it properly once. So inhale, bring your arms up and overhead above you, sorry. And the right arm is on top of the left arm. So the right arm is on top of the left arm this time. And then exhaling, coming down slowly. So we'll do that one more time. So inhale, arms to the side. Inhale a little bit more. Left arm on top. And then slowly exhaling, bringing the arms down. So now we'll just try, just for fun, to do it with the wrong breathing and see what happens. So now inhale, and then exhale, try to lift your arms up. Okay, so can you lift it up completely with an exhalation? It's a lot more forceful, isn't it? I can't quite lift mine up. And then inhaling, coming down. That's a bit easier, but it doesn't quite work. So let's do it using the proper breathing again. So inhale, up. When you reach your arms up, breathe a little bit more. Right arm on top and slowly coming down. Other side. So inhale, up, breathe slowly. A little bit more. When you've got to the center, you can breathe a little bit more. Left hand on top this time. And then feeling the air coming out, slowly releasing. And then relax. Okay, so now we will move on to the sun salutations that we normally do. So if sun salutations is not for you today, then you can do the 6-way stretch, or you can do just the breathing, or you can adjust. So up to you what you want to be doing. So for the sun salutations, Bring your feet quite close together if that feels good for you. Some of us prefer our feet a little bit apart, so you choose. And so something where, and then tuck your pelvis under a little bit, so coming like so. And then opening your chest, and inhale and exhale your palms at the heart center. So now we'll inhale, bring the arms up. So go up first, and then a little bit of a back bend, a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale, bring your hands down by your feet. So hand, foot, hand, and let the head hang. So bend your knees as much as you need to in this position. So now with an inhalation now, bring the right leg back, the right knee on the floor, uncurl the toes, come on the tip of your fingers, looking towards the ceiling. So a bit of a chin stretch as well. So maybe that will get rid of my double chin, but we'll see. Okay, and now coming into the plank pose, so coming into all fours first. The upper body stays completely still, so the fingers are wide and spread. Stretch one leg back without moving the upper body, and then the other knee come up, and then looking towards the front of your mat. So just a bit further than your mat. If this is too strong, bring your knees down at any time. Don't wait for me. So now slowly bring the knees down, uncurl the toes, keep the elbows really close in, bring the chest down, the forehead, the chest down and the forehead down, and the buttocks hover in the air. And then slide the body into one straight line, and we'll come into baby cobra. So we'll come up a little bit. So we just lift the hands off the floor. Then we are 100% sure that we're using only the strength of the back muscle to come up. And then bring the hands back down to the chest where they were. And then we go into inverted V. So if you need to go into all fours first, or going straight into inverted V. So if you can, release the heels down, do so. Not all of us can. So do what you can. And the idea is that your hips are quite high, and there's quite a little bit of room between the ears and the shoulders. And now we want to bring the right foot in between the hands. So if you know what you're doing, go ahead. Otherwise, bring the left knee down first, and then bring the right foot in between the hands. Come on the tip of your fingers, and we look up again towards the ceiling, that nice chin stretch, the upper back is straight. So if you can, bring your palm down, but your back remains nice and straight, and do it. Mine doesn't, so for me, it's best to come on the tip of my fingers. So see what works for your body. And then bringing the back foot to meet the front foot lightly. And now we bend the knees, we bring the arms back, and we flatten the back. So feel what it's like to have a nice flat back. And then using the strength of the legs and the arms, we come up. So go up a little bit first, and then a bit of a back bend. And then exhaling, coming back to the center. So we'll do the same thing now, leading with the left foot. So coming towards the front of your mat, so come a little bit more front than I am. So inhale, exhale your palms together. Inhale, arms up, go up first, and then a little bit of a back bend, that protects your back. Exhale, head hang, hands by your feet, and this time bringing the left leg back. Looking up. Transition into breathing normally now into the plank pose. So if you can go into the plank, go ahead. Otherwise, knees down, one leg, and then the other, looking forward slightly ahead of the mat. and the fingers are far apart, and the weight of the body is distributed equally throughout the hand, not just the wrist. So if this is too much for you, bring the knees down, otherwise enjoy. And then slowly you're bringing the knees down, uncurl the toes, keep the elbows in, chest down, forehead down. Slide the body into one straight line, coming into baby cobra again. So looking up, lifting your hands off the floor. Bring your hands back down, going into inverted V or downward dog. So if you need to walk your feet a little bit forward or your arms, your hands a little bit back, do so. So the head goes down in the direction of the floor, doesn't have to touch the floor. And then now we'll bring the left foot in between the hands. So you can do it in one go, or bring the right knee down first, and then bring the left foot in between the hands, tip of the fingers looking up, and then bring the back foot to meet the front foot, back to the foot, bring your back there, knees bend, and then coming up with an inhalation, go up, little bit back, and then hands to the center. Okay, so we will go again. So this time, leading with the right leg. So I'll give a slightly less instructions this time. So inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, up, back. Exhale, hands by your feet, neck hang. Inhale, right leg back, right knee on the floor. Open the chest, look up. For those of you who can hold your breath coming into the plank pose. Otherwise, breathe normally. Don't strain. It's best to breathe normally. And then with an exhalation, bring the knees down, uncurl the toes, keep the elbows in, coming down into the 8-point pose. Chest down, forehead down. Slide into one straight line, coming up into cobra. So this time we use the hands a little bit, but not so much. So if I lift my hands off, I will still stay there. So you can just have a little check for yourself. And then with an exhalation coming up into inverted V. So we need the right foot in between the hands, so you can bring the left knee down first. Or if you can just bring the right foot lightly in between the hands, looking up. And then exhale, bring the back foot to meet the front foot. And then bring the arms back. Inhale, coming up. Back bend. Exhale, hands back to the center. So if this pace is a bit too much for you, just please adjust. So we go again. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, up. Go up and then back. Exhale, bounce down. Let the neck hang. Inhale, left leg back. Tip of the fingers looking up. Hold the breath for those of you who can. Into the plank. And then using an exhalation, all of us coming into 8-point pose. So chest down, forehead down. Inhale, coming up. So again, you can just test whether your hands can come off. So the navel is definitely on the floor. Using an exhalation, coming into inverted V. So enjoying the pose here. And now we want to bring the left hand in between the left foot in between the hands. So you can bring the right knee down first, or just bring the left foot in between the hands. Or if it doesn't get there, so you can bring the hands back, or you can just lift it and encourage it gently if it goes. So don't force anything. Looking up, so you need to adjust and accommodate to what your body can do. Exhale, bring the back foot to the front foot. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, hands to the center, and arms by your side. Okay, so we'll now go, we'll now just play a little bit with the sun salutations before we go. So again, let's experiment with what we were doing about the wrong breathing. So if you try and go up with an exhalation, you will find that it's difficult. And if you're inhaling going down, you will find that it's quite difficult as well. So you can experiment with that. And then come down, lying down on your back. So sorry, this time we're going to do it differently. So we're going to take a little bit of a rest pose, but we're resting on our abdomen. So coming with your front on the floor. So you can make a pillow and let your head either rest on your hands or you can rest on one cheek. Bring your big toes to touch. The big toes touch and just relax here. So you'll stay in this position, relaxing with your face down. So your face can be facing down or to the side on one cheek. So whatever you feel like. So your big toes touching and your heel fall to the side. So enjoying this position. So we normally only rest on our backs. So today we're just doing things a bit differently and accepting that life can be okay if we do things slightly differently. So that's our experiment today. So we will breathe in and breathe out. And similar process is we breathe in for a count of 2 and breathe out for longer for a count of 3 or 4. So whatever you do, make the exhalation that little bit longer. So inhaling and exhaling. So a few more. And when you are inhaling, imagining that balloon in your stomach and it's pressing against the floor. So use that as a little bit of an opportunity to provide a little bit of a massage to your internal organs there. And then exhaling, let the air out. So just play a little bit so you feel nice and you're getting the most of the relaxation position. Just enjoying letting the heart rate go down. So I normally advise that with sun salutations, you start building up your own practice. You do 3, 4, and then you build up to about 6. 6 is a very good number. And if you want to do more, you can do. And if you want a proper workout, you can do it for half an hour non-stop, or you can do 108. So whatever, but just do what you can without forcing. So in class, I only do 2 so that we have enough time to do everything else. And then I give a lot of instruction so that you can learn it properly if you're not already very familiar with it. And breathing in and out as you are. And now we're going to do some leg raises. So we do leg raises quite often. So we'll do them. But this time we always start with the legs down. So this time we'll start with both legs up. So if this feels a bit too much for you, then you adjust, you adapt and accommodate, and then you can start with both legs down. So it doesn't matter. But for those of us who want a little bit of a challenge, or just something different, start with your legs up and your palms facing down. So we will inhale and then we will exhale, bring the right leg down for a count of 3. Inhale, the right leg up. Exhale, the left leg down. So feeling the work in your stomach. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, right leg down. So contract your lower abdomen. Inhale, up, right for a count of 3. exhale, left, inhale, left, exhale, right, inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, left, 1, 2, 3, inhale, left, 1, 2, 3, exhale, right, 1, 2, 3, last time, inhale, up, right, exhale, left, 1, 2, 3, and then inhale, up the left leg. So now we're just going to come down for a count of 10, slowly both legs. So those of you who know, who've done this with me before, you know what comes. So 10, 9, slowly, 8, 7, 6, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go completely. And relax. So you might have worked out that I'm not very good at counting. And then just taking a moment here to rest. If you need to bend your knees, do so. And then we'll all bring both knees to the chest. And then just going a bit side to side, whatever works for you. If you feel that you prefer to stay, just to stay without moving, then that's okay. Just releasing the back a little bit is the aim. And then while we're here, we're just going to go for a bit of a twist. So we will just drop both knees to the right, and then bring your right hand on the top thigh, and then outstretch the left arm, looking in the direction of the left hand. So you can close your eyes here and enjoying the stretch. So feeling that nice opening in the upper body. So sometimes people recommend that you keep both shoulders on the floor. If that works for your body, do so. You feel a really nice stretch, but obviously it doesn't work for all of us. So again, adapt, adjust, and accommodate the pose. So in my classes, the idea is not to adjust to the pose, but to let your body fit into the pose. So to change the pose so that it fits to your body rather than the other way around. So we change the pose and not your body, because we can't. So on the breath out, if you can, let go of any tension, if you can feel where the tension is, and then letting go. And then slowly coming back to the center. And then we'll drop both knees to the left. And this time outstretching the right arm, looking in the direction of the right hand. And if you can close your eyes, close your eyes. You can do what you like with the left arm. It can just be on the floor. It can be on top. You can do whatever you like. And then if you can get both shoulders on the floor, that's good. If you feel a nice stretch, that's not working, adjust the pose to your body. So letting go. And if you feel any tension, just try and use the exhalation to let go of that tension. So the way to do that is to try and mentally channel the breath to that area. The breath will follow physically if you mentally channel it to there. And then slowly coming back up to the center. And then we will, so coming up into a sitting position, and then we'll go on to our hands and knees to do a few cat and cow poses. So cat and cow, so we'll do slightly different ones. So today I'll instruct the different one that we don't normally do first, and then we will do the normal one that we do all the time. So bringing the hands directly underneath the shoulders, and if you've got very tight shoulders, then you can just bring the hands a little bit further up. And the idea is to keep the fingers nice and wide so that the weight is distributed throughout the hand and not just on the wrist. So same principle. And here, the knees are hip distance and directly underneath the hips. So if you need to adjust a little bit, you can do. Okay, so now the idea, so I will demonstrate. So the idea is to fix on one point on the floor, and we're just going to move the lumbar spine. So I'm hoping I'll do it correctly. So the only way I can do it personally is to look at one point on the floor. So basically it's just that bit that's moving. So you can see it's just that bit that moves and nothing else. So if I put that there, you will see that's the only bit that's moving and not the rest. Okay, so it's just the movement is just that bit on there. So now join me. So adjusting your position. So fixing a point in between your hands on your mat or on the floor, wherever you are. And then keep your gaze there all the time. So inhale, looking, so just tucking the pelvis under, and then exhaling, bringing the navel to the spine. So just that little movement. So coming down and up. So this is called the lumbar cat. So it's a very, very good exercise for lower back problems. So it's something that you can train your body to do. You might not be getting it quite right, but that's okay. You'll just adjust and then persevere with it and you'll get it. But it's very, very beneficial. So keep your gaze on the floor, just moving that. So exhaling, just as we were going to do normal cat, so coming down and then exhaling, navel to spine, but just the lumbar spine moves. So the movement starts from the tailbone still as per normal. So a couple more. And then if you want to feel a nice low stretch of the lower body, just bring the buttocks away a little bit and just feel where you can feel that stretch. So we're not aiming to go very far. The buttocks are not going to touch the heels or anything like that. We're just doing a little bit of a stretch to feel that stretch of the lower back. So just a bit different to what we normally do. And then coming back to this pose. So if your wrist needs a little rest, so you can do that. You can just come out of the pose. And I always also remind you that you can use your fists if you've got wrist problems. So some of us might be using mouse and very often and sat at a desk or just doing things that, you know, with one wrist. So it's nice to give that a rest. Okay, so now we move on to the normal cat-cow. So for those of you who've done it with me before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So the movement starts from the base of the spine, let the stomach drop, looking to the ceiling and opening the front body. And then with the exhalation, the movement starts from the base of the spine, navel to spine, and let the head hang. So a couple more. Inhale, up, let the head up, let the stomach sag, so we're not bothered about how it looks. And then exhaling, navel to spine. So a few more of this. So inhaling, letting the chest drop, the belly drop, looking towards the ceiling, And then exhaling, navel to spine, round the head. So one last time. And then coming back. And then now we will just take a little bit of a rest in this pose. So we will come sitting. And so you can sit in whatever position you like. So if you can have your legs straight in front of you, so we'll be here for a little bit. So you just choose. Or if you're happy to go cross-legged, we will go cross-legged. So maybe we will outstretch the left leg for this. But if you want to sit normally, that's fine. If you're in a chair, then you just sit normally. So we will bring the left thumb up, and then we'll bring the right thumb. So in the shoulders are the same line, the wrists are the same line, but the right thumb would be a little bit closer to you, a little bit back. Okay, so make sure that the shoulders are level. So this is the bow and arrow pose. So keep fixing the left thumb. And then bring your arrow taut to the back, bringing the right elbow back, fixing at your left, and then when you need to exhale, coming down, coming back slowly to the original position. So we do that 2 more times with your own breath. So inhaling, make sure that the string of the is taut so that your arrow can go, and keep your eyes on the target, and then let go and bring your hands back. One last time, using your own breath. Be guided by yourself. And then using your exhalation to come down. And then bring your hands down. And so we will just do a little bit of a funny pose. So we will bring the right hand down. So I think we've done that before. So bring the right hand behind you. And then we're going to put the weight on the left, on the right leg, and then open for a nice opening of the front body. To feel that openness. And then slowly coming back down. And then we're going to go into the other side. So this time bend the left. So it's not very important that you do that. You can just stay cross-legged and then look to the right. So whichever. So make sure your spine is nice and straight. Bring your right thumb. So you a bit of a fist. So curling the 4 fingers in, looking at your right thumb the whole time. So bring the left thumb and the left, both shoulders are the same height. So just decompress the shoulders, no tension there. So now inhale, looking at your thumb, and then feel the bow, and then exhaling, coming down. So 2 more, 3 in total, using your own breath. Full concentration. And when you're done, bring your hands down. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did. So bringing the left hand behind you, if you want to do this. So then you're kind of putting weight on your shins, on the side of your leg here, and then coming up. So you're on your right foot there, and a nice opening of the body. And then slowly coming down. And now we're going to do a a little bit of forward bend. So you can choose your favorite forward bend. So if you can, just keep your legs straight. So if you need a little bit of a bend, that's fine. And then just sit on the sit bone. So just move the other bits that have flesh out of the way. So you're nice and straight. That will allow your back to be straight. So if that doesn't happen for you, if you can't, then you might be sat on a block or something, then that's fine. So bring your arms up, both arms up. So keep the feet together. The legs are engaged, but not tense. And then with an exhalation, just come down and let go. So again, this is the pose of surrender, where you've just decided that you're going to accept where you are. So we're not going to be forcing to go anywhere here. Where your body takes you the first time is where you are staying here. So just staying. If you really want to go a bit further, you can do. But the practice is to try and just accommodate. And sometimes we do a little bit less than we need to do. And we can do. So therefore, this is acceptable too. We don't have to push ourselves all the time. Sometimes we can decide not to and accept that we can do less, and it's okay. So breathing into the forward bend. And surrender to gravity. And just accept where you are. Whatever shape you're at, we're not trying to change anything, not trying to achieve anything. Couple more breaths. And then coming up. And we're going to go up for a few standing poses. So if you want to make your way to a standing position when you're ready. So we will start today in Warrior 2. So come, bring your right leg back, bring your left heel in line with your right arch. So you can choose the distance between your legs. So it can be 2 hip distance or 3 hip distance, depending on the flexibility that you've got here. So don't overdo anything. If you think that you've gone too much, then all you need to do is bring that leg back. So just check that when you bend your front knee, you can still see your toes, especially your big toe. If you can't see, then that means you need to bring the right leg a little bit back. Okay, so make sure that this alignment is correct. So just being here, and then we'll open both arms to shoulder height, and then we'll look to the left middle finger. So just staying there, feeling like a warrior. So really looking at that finger. And then if you think that your body is inviting you to go a little bit further down, do so. And here, making sure that your body is not going forward like so, but your upper body stays nice and just above the hips. So we're not going forward, we're not going backward, we're just staying here wherever we are. So adjust. And then also sometimes the back arm just goes down a little bit, so make sure that it stays there. But at the same time, making sure that the elbows and the shoulders, sorry, not elbows, the shoulders are nice and relaxed. So staying there in this position. Okay, so we'll stay here, and then we will bring the left hand on the left thigh, and then we'll open the right arm up, opening the chest, sorry, and then lift the right arm up, looking at the hand. So I'm not bothered about how far you go down on the left side. I'm more interested in your upper body being open, nice and open, ready to face any adversities, any situations. So we don't have problems, we only have situations. And then coming back, so just release that leg a little bit. And then if you want, you can walk, you can bring the legs a little bit closer. And so bring them a little bit closer, and then bring the hands on your buttocks to the back. So now we're just going to go pivot down a little bit. So coming down, and just to where you're comfortable. You don't have to go far at all. So I'm going to have to tell my cat off. Okay, no, no, no. Okay, sorry about that. So coming down, and so when it doesn't matter where you are, so you can just be a little bit down, or you can go all the way till you're parallel to the floor. And if that's the case, you can leave the hands there, or if you want, you can lift the arms up. So just feeling that stretch. And then to come out of the pose, bring the hands back on the buttocks if they're not already. And then we bend the knees. And then we come up with bent knees. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with the same warrior with the right leg there. So you can just turn. I'm just going to turn this way so I keep facing the camera. So you can just turn that way and do it, but I will just go that way. Okay, so this time bringing the left leg back, making sure that your right heel is directly opposite the left arch. Again, just bend your knee and see whether you can still see your toes. If you can't, then that means you need to bring the back leg a little bit back. Okay, so now bring the arms shoulder length, shoulder height, and then bend the knee. So the knee is directly above the heel, so not overshooting. And now looking to the middle finger of your right hand. So staying with this position. And again here, making sure that you're not collapsing into the inner arch of your left foot. And also that you're not clinging too much with your right toes. So the weight is equally distributed across both feet. So looking at your finger. And again, making sure that your body is nice and upright and you're not going forward or back. Okay, so you be your own judge. Normally, if it's a live class, I'll come around and I'll help you, but this is not going to happen. So bring your right hand on your right thigh, and then lifting your left arm up, looking in the direction of the left hand. Again, what I'm interested in is the openness in the chest. So I'm not too bothered about your hand going far, just staying in this position. And then we're going to do that same pose that we did, which is the Trikonasana, which is the forward bend with both hands. So now you might need to bring the feet a little bit closer together. And the hands interlace behind your back on your buttocks. And then coming down, so you can just go down a little bit. So you don't have to go down all the way. But if you can, go parallel to the floor, and then you can lift your arms up. Wherever they go, don't force anything. So let the head hang. Breathe. If the arms are getting a bit too much, bring them down, adjust. And then to come out, bend the knees first, and then coming down. So sorry, the hands should have been on the buttocks first, and then bend, and then coming up. And then coming to the front. Okay, so coming now to a sitting position. And we will do a quick breathing exercise before we do a long relaxation. So today we've got a very long relaxation. So if you need to keep yourself warm, do so. So we've got about 15 minutes. So with our breath, we're just going to do what we've done before about the step breath. So imagining there are stairs, you're going up the stair, you breathe a little bit, you stop, go, and then go up a little bit more, and then stop, and then a little bit more, and then we come down smoothly as if you're going down a slide. And then we'll do the opposite. So we'll just do that. So close your eyes. So if it helps you to draw the steps, do so, up to you. Otherwise, bring your hands in chin mudra, which is your thumb and your forefinger to touch, and your palms facing up, and the 3 remaining fingers are quite taut. So inhale, 1 step, a little bit more, 2 step, inhale, 3 steps, and then exhale smoothly down the slide. So we'll do 2 more. Inhale, 1 step, 2 step, a little bit more, 3 step, breathing slowly out down the slide. One last time. So inhale, a little bit more towards the chest, a little bit more to the clavicle, get to the top of the stairs, and then take the slide down. So now we're going to do the reverse. So we're going to go up the slide. Don't ask me how you do this, but you're just going to do it. And then you come down slowly through the steps. So inhale smoothly. And then exhale a little bit. Exhale a little bit more. Exhale a little bit more. I find this one a little bit more difficult, so you may or may not feel the same. So inhale smoothly. Exhale a tiny bit. 1 step. Exhale a little bit more. And then exhale a little bit. Completely. So last time, inhale up your slide. Taking your time, go to the top, hold for a second, and then exhale a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and relax. So now getting ready for Yoga Nidra. So just coming into a comfortable position. So if you want to do it on a chair, that's fine. And I would recommend that if you can lie down, do so. So we have a nice long one. And the idea is sometimes our body needs to really relax. And I think I talked about a few weeks ago, I talked about a car needing a cooling system. And take this as your cooling system for the body. And the body needs to just relax. So coming into a comfortable lying down position. And wear something warm if it's cold where you are. and just make sure that you're completely comfortable. And so the idea is to remain awake the whole time. So if you fall asleep, that's okay, but you get the maximum benefit if you can stay awake for the whole practice. But again, you just adjust and do what you can. So getting ready for Yoga Nidra, which is the yogic sleep. Lie down on your back, on the floor, and adopt the pose called Shavasana. In this position, the body should be straight from head to toes, and the legs slightly apart and the arms a little away from the body, with the palms of the hands turned up. Adjust everything, your body position, your clothes, so you are completely comfortable. There should be no physical movement, if possible. If you need to move, then that's absolutely fine. Do so mindfully. Close your eyes and keep them closed until you're told to open them. Take a few deep breaths. And as you breathe out, feel the worries of the day flow out of you. In the practice which follows, you're going to develop the feeling of relaxation in the body. It is not necessary to make movements or deliberately relax your muscles. Simply develop the feeling of relaxation. It is the feeling you have just before sleep. When relaxation becomes deep, sleep does come. You should try to be completely awake. During Yoga Nidra, you're functioning on the levels of hearing and awareness. And the only important thing is to follow my voice. You must not try to intellectualize or analyze the instructions, as this will interfere with your mental relaxation. Simply follow the voice with total attention and feeling. If thoughts come to disturb you from time to time, do not worry, just carry on. So now we will have a little bit of a resolve. So the resolve that we will do today, if you have one that you work with for Yoga Nidra, use that one. If you don't, I invite you to use the one that I've used to do, saying that I can adapt, adjust, and accommodate to make life better. I can adapt, adjust, accommodate to make me happier. I can adapt, adjust, accommodate to make me content. So now we begin the rotation of consciousness, and we'll be taking a quick trip through the different parts of the body. And as quickly as possible, your job is to move the awareness from one point to another. Keep yourself alert, but do not concentrate too intensely. Become aware of the right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand. Become aware of your palm, back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulder, the armpit, the right waist, the right hip, the right thigh, the kneecap, the calf muscle, the ankle, the heel, the sole of the right foot, the top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Become aware of the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulder, the armpit, the left waist, left hip, left thigh, left kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, the top of the foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now to the back. Become aware of the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, the right buttock, the left buttock, the spine, the whole back together. Now go to the top of the head, the forehead, both sides of the head, the right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, the space between the eyebrows, the right eyelid, the left eyelid, the right eye, the left eye, the right ear, the left ear, the right cheek, the left cheek, the nose, the tip of the nose, upper lip, lower lip, the chin, the throat, the right chest, the left chest, the middle of the chest, the navel, the abdomen, the whole of the right leg, the whole of the left leg, both legs together, the whole of the right arm, the whole of the left arm, both arms together, the whole of the back, buttocks, spine, shoulder blades, the whole of the front, abdomen, chest, the whole of the back and the whole of the front together, the whole of the head, the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. Remember, do not sleep, total awareness. And now coming to a little trip with me through a visualization. So imagine you are lying on grass and the grass is very, very soft. You can even smell the grass. To your right is a small cottage. It is surrounded by flowers of many colors. The flowers are red, white flowers, pink flowers, many flowers. In the front, there are 3 steps, and then a door and 2 windows. And you go walking around the cottage. Then there is the lemon tree. You pick a lemon, crush it with your nails and smell it. Smell the lemon. Inhale very slowly. And you can smell the lemon in front of you. There is a small trail that goes to the woods. You know that in the center of the woods, there is a magical lake. And you try to go to the lake. You start walking on the grass, just feeling the grass under your feet. The grass is soft and very, very green. And you go walking, walking. And now you're near the trail that goes to the woods. And you're among the trees in the woods. You can feel the fresh breeze and the shade. And you go on walking. The trail is covered with fallen leaves. And you feel the softness under your feet, soft and fresh. You go on walking and walking. On the trees, there are many orchids, small orchids, big flowers, some white, some purple. Some orchids have two colors, and you just like to smell the orchids. You can see one that is not so high, and you go to it and you inhale very slowly. Once more, inhale slowly. And once more, inhale slowly. Then you go on walking. You want to arrive at the lake, walking, walking. And now you see the lake. The lake is very calm, like a mirror. Around the lake, there is grass, and you sit on the grass near the lake. On the other side of the lake, there is a fountain. The fountain is golden, and it falls in the lake. And the water of the lake is golden too, golden and transparent. It is a magical lake. Stay with this image of a magical lake for a few moments. Now, we'll repeat our resolve. I can adapt, adjust, accommodate. I can adapt, adjust, and accommodate. I can adapt, adjust, and accommodate. Then, keeping your eyes closed still, bring your attention to your body on the floor or on the chair. Bring the attention to your attention to your surroundings. Bring attention to the other people in the group, in their homes, far away, some near. And then slowly, when you're ready, you can bring a bit of movement to the feet, to the hands, little bit of movement, and then coming onto one side. And then when you're ready, you can come up into sitting, and you can give yourself a big yawn. Do whatever you need to do. You're in the comfort of your home. Whatever sound you need to make, whatever pose, just go for it. And if you can, just keep your eyes closed for now. And we will go straight into the final prayer in a second. So I'll give time for everyone to come up and be ready. And so we will finish with Om 3 times. And then with the final prayer. So I'll sing them in Sanskrit and then we will all do them together in English. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, Sarvesham shantir bhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, Sarve santu niramaya, Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, Ma kakshit dukha bhag bhavet. English translation. Happiness be unto all, perfect health be unto all, May all see good in everyone. May all be free from suffering. Auspiciousness be unto all. Perfect peace be unto all. Fullness be unto all. Prosperity be unto all. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Thank you very much for joining me today. And have a great week and enjoy.